With a handy lead at half-time, 9-8-62. They lead Eastern Suburbs 4-7-31 by 31 points. And it will certainly need a few changes and some willing participants in the middle, I think, for Eastern Suburbs to get back into this match. Because they certainly struggled with the efforts of Pat Burns, Timmy Gardner and Christian Highland in the middle, getting the ball from the centre in the first half.
Yes, and Eastern Suburbs can thank the lucky stars to have Cow in Thomson playing today. He's just about BOG for mine.
Start of the third term now, and we see McFarlane in the middle there having a bit of a run. There's a free kick found. It's going to be a hold, and it's going to go to Thomson, and it might be Pat Burns with it. And now Burns from the middle goes wide towards Humphrey. Peters runs back. Good courage by Peters. And now Alfie Delamonica's out and has got some time to set something up on centre wing. Goes towards half forward Loughton and can take the mark in front of Atchison. This is why they started the second term. Now Camerado gives him a lead. Always sets it up. It's going to be tough for the banana there, but he pushes Peacock off. Camerado through. Wrapped up by Burns and also Elliott back there. And breaking free, getting it towards Atchison was Peacock. And that half-back line once again for the Tigers. Great. Atchison goes towards McFarlane, swamped by Eagles. One of them there was Reuter, who got the hands to it towards Sheehan. Gardner just wants to safety the boundary line and finds it. And it's out of bounds.
Yes, you're right, Jason. The half-back line of the Thomson side well on top at the minute. Ball now just forward of centre wing. Eagles into attack. But again, combination of Gardner and McFarlane this time well up the ground. Intervon comes through or takes out Arto. McFarlane now dives back on the ball. Pressed there by O'Leary. That was Michael. And the umpire has called for a bounce at left half forward. Suburbs into attack. Margin now 31 points. Thomson's favour. Arto does well on the clinches. Little quick kick out around the body. Couldn't find the target of Aaron Bradley. And it's out of bounds again, right in front of the smoker stand here at St Albans centre wing.
Reuter in front. Wilkins from behind. Intervon got a hand to it and then got it again. Marcus probably pushed him off the ball in the end, and Timmy Gardner was able to get it. Showed the footy, but then lost it. Should be a free kick. Wasn't forthcoming. Reuter ripped off the footy. No free kick. Ardo still held on to by Elliott. Umpire Duthie leaves it alone. Says it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
And Steve Ardo just dispossessed Shorty Peters, and umpire just let it go.
Throw in. Reuter in front. Gets both hands to it. Ardo leaves it behind Intervong. Oh, gets one high from Aaron Bradley. And we'll take the free kick. Kiao Intervong on centre wing. As Ronnie said, probably the Eagles' best midfielder this afternoon. Oh, and then he kicks into the man on the mark, but the second effort was there. He fell over. Bradley through the middle. Sheridan coming across, pushed him off the ball. There's Ardo, breaks away. Watson comes at him. He gives it to Marty Rowan. Usually a pretty good kick on the run, Marty Rowan. Goes, spears it towards Cowan. Delamonica got a hand to it. Bailey through the middle. Oh, where's your head, Shane Bailey? And he will take the free kick. That's an half back.
You had that song, Put Down Your Head, Tom Dooley. No, it was Shane Bailey.
Oh, jeez.
Too many cream cakes for Ronnie.
I'll say. Too many green cans of Coke.
Well, there you are.
Hasn't had one all day.
I know.
Finds good hands back to Fanning. Sees Gardner loose in the centre of the ground and finds him. Timmy Gardner wastes no time. He's got Glenn Elliott running down from half back. Lovely footy. And the Tigers really started to dominate here this afternoon. The pass just a little bit wide of Cowans. The bounce, a cruel one. Not been able to kept in though. Well, it was kept in there by the defence of Eastern Suburbs, and Chris Gemmell came in late and was able to get it over the line and out of bounds. About 60 metres now from the Thomson goal, kicking to the Buckley's Gaming Centre end.
That's a good end.
McFarlane gets it down. Oh, Highland, great hands from Humphrey, but he gets ripped off the ball by Peters as he gets his kick away, but it rolls through for a goal. Christian Highland kicks his second.
McFarlane.
And it will be their 10th, Thomson's. They're 10-8-68, and they lead Eastern Suburbs 4-7-31. APCO Easy Shop, third quarter scoreboard.
When do you professional gentlemen upstairs say, that's it, it's all over?
You just took the words right out of my mouth. That goal came up at the 5-minute mark of the third and vital premiership quarter, and I think you'll find that it could be a little bit of a procession from now on. I don't think the Eagles can do what they did last week and come back.
I'm just remaining quiet until three-quarter time. Wilkins up against Reuter, gets it down through the middle. Highland, I tell you what, if they keep doing this, they're in strife, but O'Leary, good tackle by Mick O'Leary. And we'll get the free kick defensive side of the centre. Short towards Reuter and also Bailey. Bailey takes the mark. Now I want to push towards centre half forward and Loughton. He goes in that direction, but they've been covering him pretty well, but he's equal to the task because he's taken the mark. Gives it off to Mick O'Leary. Now O'Leary spears it towards Camerotto. Uses the body beautifully, the banana. And not much that Elliott could do there. And it will be Paul Camerotto with a shot for goal 30 metres out. Slight angle. Hasn't kicked a goal to date. He's kicked 3 behinds and 1 out of bounds on the full. And the Eagles need this as a quick reply. Now Paul Camerotto comes in. Oh, wobbly kick again. And punch through for 1 behind. So it's 4-8-32 Eastern Suburbs. Thomson 10-8-68. And the kick in will come from Armstrong. Goes to the outer side, looking for McFarlane. In front, uses the body well and takes a very strong mark. At half-back, Christian McFarlane having a run up the ground. Goes towards... Oh, Sheridan goes up early and comes down with a mark too against Elliott. And, in fact, it might be Peacock. It is Peacock standing the mark. Sheridan now. Goes with a wobbly torpedo punt. Poor kick into the forward line. Comes off Armstrong's chest towards McFarlane. Goes towards Burke. Back to Armstrong on the left boot now. Back towards the centre of the ground. Gardner goes up. Punched away by Gemmell. Watson roves well. Should have handballed it to Reuter a little bit earlier if he could have. Kick off the ground by Ardo. And now it's a foot race. Highland getting over there. Hobbs and also Peters. Hobbs can't pick it up. Now back. Bradley got support. Oh, great handball to Ardo too. And Ardo goes on. Short little kick towards Cowan on the lead hill. Comes out. And also there, Delamonica. Cowan again. Give it to Sherwell. Steve Sherwell. Right boot. Can he measure it? Yes, he can. Good kick. Steve Sherwell.
Tap, tap.
All right, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. That's the ball
Tap,
game.
tap, 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 tap.
Yeah,
Now,
very...
Do you know what that is, men?
No.
It's another nail in the coffin.
I want to wait and see if they give Sheridan votes.
Okay.
You're all comedians, aren't you?
74. Eastern Suburbs 4-8-32. Margin 42 points. 7 straight goals. Suburbs trailing Thomson, and time check is 8 minutes gone of this. I don't believe I'm hearing this. Third quarter. Oh dear.
McFarlane gets it out of the middle again towards Rowan, and Watson coming at it. Delamonica as well. And Alfie backs himself, kicks it off the ground, follows it up again, keeps it in his hands. And now gets ripped off the footy. Great tackle, Sherwell. Fanning handball back to Highland, the call. Intervong, instead of tackling him, just bumps him, but it's okay to get him on the ground. And it will be a ball up at half forward. Thomson on the outer side. They lead 11-8 to 4-8.
Good umpiring, didn't react to the cries. I liked it.
Right up. Got it down, Irving. Kick from half back towards half forward. O'Leary. Just a little push, which was okay. Took the mark. On the attacking side of centre wing, goes towards centre half forward, Loughton. And, oh, good mark, Loughton. If he can get up quickly, Camerotto's in the square, but he's been covered now. He'll be kicking from 50, and that's a strong mark.
He'll probably kick it, mate. He kicked one before from about 60.
Well, he needs to. And, well, maybe.
No.
We might give him 3.
You've been watching another game, I'm sure.
We might give Michael O'Leary 3.
No.
Maybe Alfie Delamonica. He's played pretty well since he came on. Loughton
Beautiful
kicks
kick.
the goal.
Not bad.
That's 4, isn't it? I think.
It's 4 goals won this afternoon, and they've all been great goals.
Sneak in for a vote, probably, Ronnie, wouldn't he?
5-8-38 Eastern Suburbs, Thomson 11-8-74. Okay, Shops, the one-stop shop that's got the lot. That's the APCO Easy Shops in and around Geelong, supporting GDFL football for season 98. Bring us the third vital premiership quarter of football.
Oh, it's a wind-up, I tell you. Back in the middle. About 4 quick ones like that. Reuter gets it down 1 every 4 minutes, KO. O'Leary. And smothered there. The Highland kick by Intervong. Reuter gets back there. Needs a runner off half-back. Got one. Watson absolutely collected.
Oh, now that is
I think
tough.
that was a fair call.
Oh, turn it up. You've got to have prior opportunity, mate.
Ardo goes towards Cowan. Cowan can't take the mark. Coming through Bailey. Breaks a couple of tackles, then can't break another one. Loses the footy. Rowan, only as far as Irving. Got a handball away. There's Sabuli Armstrong. Handball quickly to Fanning. Good play. Oh, Dodgers gets a kick away. Quickly, goal! If you don't mind! I wonder if he'll be able to buy a tape of this.
2 goals, Dan Fanning.
I don't think he will be able to buy a tape. Daddy will have bought them all.
That's a fair call. Okay, now let's get a bit of semblance back up here. It's 12-8-80.
Oh, all right. Close-ups.
Eastern Suburbs 5-8-38 and 7 goals. Thomson. Dan Fanning kicking his second. And that came up at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. Right up, but he's hit straight down the throat there of Armstrong. Well wrapped up by Marcus. Loose ball spills to Irving. Feeds off to Intervong, who's just short chip up there looking for O'Leary. He's got a chance now to run his distance. He does. Gets to 50, but the kick, not a good one. Offline.
So Eastern Suburbs 5-9-39. They trial Thomson 12-8-80 in this third term. Kicking will come from Peacock. Goes to the outer side. Looking for Stein. Punched away. Good in the end because he was up against a couple of Eagles. Loughton runs onto it. On the left boot, Banana. Oh, and Peacock on the line has taken the mark. Oh, it's not a bad kick with the outside of your left boot. And now Peacock, right in the goal square, goes towards Armstrong. Sheridan has to make a bit of ground. Armstrong, strong, and takes the mark. Armstrong now goes towards centre half back. Sherbel, Fanning with the right at the back. Oh, we'll try to tap it on. Could have nearly ended up marking it. O'Leary, that's Michael. Gets ripped off the footy by Burns and got a hold. In the end, Paddy gets up and says, what? But Michael O'Leary's got it. And got to bring him across and get him kick over the mark. Which look ridiculous if you ask me, but O'Leary at centre half forward. Goes towards full forward now. Sheridan goes up early, over the back of the pack. Shorty Peters on the right, snaps around the corner. Has it got the distance? That's the only worry. O'Leary, and still in play. Peacock and Camerotto. And it is out now for a throw-in the left forward pocket for the Eagles. Everything okay, Ron?
Everything's sweet as a nut. 13 minutes gone to the third and vital quarter, brought to us by the promoted Clothing and Trophy Company. As we see now the ball back into play, and McFarlane sharks it, kicks quickly to the centre wing. Bradley and Mick O'Leary, the foot race. O'Leary kept it in, met solidly there by Tim Gardner, forcing him over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in just forward of centre wing. And well, the Eagles into attack, and attack that they've got to do. They're trailing by 41 points. Reuter does well. Down to Ferguson, little kick up forward. Bouncing ball doesn't sit too kindly there for Peters. Pat Burns chips in now and runs it through half back and looks there for Elliott. Met solidly by Irving. Advantages paid now. Atchison with the footy at centre half back. Looks to Bradley. Or Ferguson went with one hand. Should have wrapped it up but didn't. Support there was from Intervong, who goes right across to the ground to Irving. Plays on quickly. Kicks up half forward.
Oh.
Kick though not a good one. A great diving mark taken. Andy Atchison, the rubber man.
Atchison goes towards the middle of McFarlane's going to be under Sheridan and O'Leary. And Sheridan's paid the mark. In the middle. Now, Camerotto gives him a lead. He goes short though to Reuter. That's okay. Reuter now. Straight up the ground. Loughton. Oh, Good play by Atchison just to keep close to him. And Loughton again. Good hands though to Intervong. And he goes into the pocket looking for O'Leary. 3 Tigers there, but they see it through for a rush behind. And they're 5-10-40 now, Eastern Suburbs 12-8-80. The Tigers, 40 points of difference on the Upco Easy Shop third quarter scoreboard.
Just waiting now on Rod Peacock. Elects to go to the outer side of the ground. Nice kick, but standing his ground, taking a strong overhead mark was Scotty Ferguson. He'll drive the Suburbs now into attack. Nice looking drop punt. Right pocket. Coming out taking a blinder. Looks like the big ruckman, Glenn Wilkins. Played a pretty good game for the Tigers. Dominating the centre bouncers in that second quarter. Elects to go out wide again. High fly there was Sherwell. Hits the deck. Running was Irvin. Kicks it around the body, but again, not a good kick into the forward line. And Glenn Elliott takes the easiest of marks.
Goes towards Stein. Stein taps it over the back, has to do the work himself on the ground. Sherwell comes over in support. It might have been a head clash there between Ferguson and Stein. And they're both down, and they are both moving, but pretty ginger. You see Ferguson holding his head there, and Stein just getting up now with the help of Armstrong. And they might be calling for the stretcher. That was a pretty bad head clash, I think, there.
I actually, there was a third party involved, mate.
And was it in the contest for the mark?
Yeah, it was in the contest.
Yeah. And they just might have, obviously gone up and clashed heads. And they're in. Oh, it's okay, Janice. Don't worry, it's not Daniel. It's a long sleeve. It's all right. It's okay. He'll be home for tea tonight. Don't worry. In fact, what are you having? We'll all be around tonight.
We had it all last night.
We had it all last night. That'd be bloody right. You're around there. Leave nothing. So there'll be a short halt in play while the stretcher's out there. Yeah. Yeah, what's the rule in local leagues if the stretcher's on the ground? Okay. Okay. Righto. So we see Ferguson coming off the ground in the hands of the trainers. Stein is obviously okay because he's still on the ground.
Tell you what, Guest Video are doing well this year, aren't they? They've now got an umpire's advisor in Mr. Noel Fanning.
Well, he was an umpire for two years, Noel.
Yeah.
2 years. 1 year.
Didn't take him long to wake up.
2 years, but yeah, okay. So it's 12-8-80 Thomson, Eastern Suburbs 5-10-40. It's 40 points of difference. Scotty Ferguson coming off.
Stiffest man on the planet, Scotty. Got knocked out this week and last week. He should have won the award.
Well, he has to come via the interchange bench if he is coming on, but maybe that cut to his head is pretty bad, and then they think he won't be coming back on the ground. So Stefanowski comes back on for Ferguson.
Head count.
Oh, good on you.
I got the secretary down here, and he's
don't get him started. Don't get him started. He'll panic. So Ferguson's now coming off the ground through the interchange bench. God, no, haven't they?
And now he's coming off through the interchange.
The guys obviously
work that out, man.
A few stitches there, says Craig Darcy, Thomson trainer extraordinaire. Just above the eye, Darcy. Just above the eye. Beautiful. There he is.
Scotty's such a good-looking rooster too.
Well, it's a throw in. Burns has got it. Play restarts after that short pause.
Pushed in the back.
Irving gets a push, does he? No, says umpire Flowers. Ron says he did. No use listening to them anymore, Pete. They've gone. The Tigers are dead. Essendon are in the finals. Peter's not happy. Boundary throw in at half forward for the Eagles. Up in the air in the end. Gardner by himself. Breaks away Timmy. Shows everybody the ball. And then gets his kick away somehow. Gives it a rowan. Off one step. Goes long towards the middle. McFarlane and Michael O'Leary. The best of mates. And they fight each other for the footy. O'Leary loses it to McFarlane in the end. And McFarlane runs through centre half forward. Goes towards Cowan. Delamonica goes up early. Plugger takes the mark. And will shoot for goal from 40 metres out directly in front.
It was a strong mark, wasn't it? You know, sort of the meat in the sandwich on that occasion. And stood his ground, and a great mark there for Mark Counts. He's kicked one.
Mate, if you're going to take someone off the ground like Wilkins, I would think that Thomson have more or less said, all right, now we start to look after players, and let's think about next week.
Well, I just think that's a straight swap in the ruck, isn't it? Tucker for Wilkins.
Well, Cowan's kick at goal. He's hooked that slightly to the right. And a minor score on the board, 12-9-81 Thomson, 5-10-40 Eastern Suburbs. Apco Easy Shops, third quarter scoreboard. Time check, 20 minutes gone.
Stefanowski kicks in, looking for Hill, and finds him with a tumbling mark just outside defensive 50. Andy Hill. Stefanowski makes another lead for him. He goes into the middle, the long lead from Loughton from centre half forward. Can't take the mark. Second effort, those there. Handball slick to Reuter on the half-back flank. The big ruckman now drives it long towards the half-forward flank. Hobbs has done well. He's run all the way up from the half-back flank. Is it going to sit for him? He has to run through. Burns, free kick. And it's going to go against Eastern Suburbs. And it's going to be a Thomson free kick. And, well, the umpire...
He signalled the wrong... Hang on.
No, it is Eastern... It is Thomson.
There's a little bit of confusion here.
Thompson's free. Going to Ardo. O'Leary's holding the footy. So it's Steve Ardo's at half-back. This will be a 37-minute quarter the way we're going. Ardo goes towards centre wing with a high kick. Reuter, Sherwell. Sherwell goes up. Pushed out, was he? No advantage there. Has to come back. And Steve Sherwell on centre wing with it. 12-8-80. Sorry, 12-9-81. Playing 5-10-40. Goes in towards centre half forward. McFarlane roves off the back of Eugene Marcus. Drop mark. Goes towards Plugger again. You can't stop footy like that. And Plugger takes the mark. Set shot for goal from 45 out. 45-degree angle.
This will be interesting. Left footer. Sore hamstring.
Drill.
No, honestly, you'd think he'd really look to pass it off.
He'll kick it. Plugger. Kicked 1-1 this afternoon. Lines up, Andy Hill standing the mark. 12-9 playing 5-10. He comes in. And he puts it up into the square. Over the back. Oh. And Fanning has taken the mark. You never got off the ground like that. What's going on?
It just looked like he got up.
Is that what it was? He just standing at the back, was he? And Fanning's taken the mark. Well judged. Well judged by Daniel Fanning. And he'll shoot for goal from about 6 metres out.
Okay, can I ask another question, Ben?
You can.
Scotty Ferguson's about to come back on the ground. Now, how proper is that? We've got the inside information that's a monster cut. There was 19 guys on the ground when he come off the ground. You wouldn't want to be leading by 6 or 7 goals and win the game and then have a thing shot into you for a complaint, would you? Just a little comment.
Okay, well, Dan Fanning kicks his third.
What's he talking about?
13-9-87. Lead Eastern Suburbs, 5-10-40. Margin 47 points. Apco Easy Shop, third vital premiership quarter.
What I'm talking about, Jace, is when Scotty come off the ground, there was 19 fellas on the ground, and they went to take him off the ground. So Stefanowski come on the ground, so that left them with 19 blokes on the ground, and then they changed their mind and brought him off through the interchange.
Ardo clears the ball out of the centre. Loose ball now, sees Humphrey attack it well. Feed off to the running Spud Highland to Gardner. Back to Highland, who steadies from 50 metres and looks there to the Plugger and takes it easy mark. Plays on, runs around from point blank range, kicks it into the Buckley's Gaming Centre car park.
Buckley's Gaming.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Pleasure. Thomson 14-9-93, and it's all over for season 98 for the Eastern Suburbs side. 5-10-40. Margin 53 points. Apco Easy Shops third quarter scoreboard. Time check has 24.5 minutes gone of his third term, and it will go for a substantial length of time.
And we've had 4 finals, and I've picked 1 winner. Up to date? Geez, I'm doing well.
I haven't picked one yet, so don't panic.
No, you picked Eastern Suburbs to beat Anarchy last week, didn't you?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
we pick one.
One.
Yeah, we're the experts, though. We're in the commentary box. Don't worry about that. We know what we're doing. Back in the middle, Tucker goes up against Reuter, goes to Timmy Gardner. An absolute cakewalk at the moment in the middle for Thomson, straight to Sherwell. And it's a training procession at the moment. Eastern Suburbs have to be careful here. Sherwell goes towards Plugger again, and he takes the mark. And you don't want Mark Cowan with confidence because he will absolutely murder you. And he's taken 3 good marks, and he will be lining up for goal number 3. Well, he might too.
This is more his distance, about 40 metres.
Well, we'll have to start soon looking towards next week. Bannockburn will be playing Thomson by the looks of it. And it's going to be an absolute rip snorter. And Cowan comes in, wobbles it pretty close, and I think he might have missed. One behind. And on this performance, Ron, they're going to be pretty tough, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. And their spine is so elusive, so tall. Peacock, Atchison, Tucker, Cowans. A pretty impressive spine, isn't it? And you can throw Gardner in the middle.
And here he is, and he gives it towards Ardo, but there's 3 Eagles there. One of them Sheridan. He gets it, plays on quickly, gets around Ardo. Goes on the right boot, the torpedo towards centre, towards the wing. Oh, Elliott, good mark, and there's one of them we're talking about. Elliott, Peacock and Armstrong. Goes to Rowan, takes a mark over his head in front of Sheehan. Marty Rowan. Goes towards McFarlane and Sherwell over their heads. Reuter's got it. Goes just with a tumbling punt towards the wing. Elliott again plays on quickly, breaks away from Irving, going to give the hands then short to Sherwell. Poor kick off the boot. Sheridan gets around one, handball towards Irving, handball over the top to Intervong gets rid of it, goes towards the wing. Tucker coming at Sheehan, but Sheehan's taking the mark, plays on quickly, can go long towards Loughton. Loughton now has got the sit okay in front of Atchison, takes the mark at half forward, pretty open forward line. Cameron will have to give him a long lead. Peacock stands in front of him, blocks his lead, then goes long over the head. O'Leary against Stein, the 2 number 4s off the pack. Good play, Shorty Peters up in the air. Burke's back there, Burns as well. Oh, over the top. Play on the call, rush through for a minor score. And that getting up there was Troy Sheehan.
Yeah, great effort. He's covered a bit of territory. He just kicked the ball down here from centre wing a moment ago and ran on. So good work there from young Troy Sheehan. Ball brought back into play. High flyers required. Atchison comes in and takes a beauty at half-back. Members side of the ground. Looks up there for Timmy Gardner. Comes out. And he takes second bite of the cherry. But Highland picks it up. Has a bounce and then steadies. Looks there to centre half forward. But the kick is not a good one. And Chris Gemmell chips in and takes the easiest of marks. Gemmell now looks to half forward. He's kept the ball members side, but again, Timmy Gardner in the way. Goes to Trevor Tucker in the centre of the ground. The big fella drops the mark, but he recovers well. Looks to Bradley in front. Paddles it forward. Good work to Ardo. Oh, tackle there by Gemmell. Ball spills free. Hobbs now. Opportunity to take his time and do something constructive with it. Goes short there to... that looks like Mick O'Leary. No, yes, it is.
Yep.
And his hand pass, though, under pressure. Spills now where Intervong picks up and goes back to Mick O'Leary. Was good play. O'Leary now to brother Sean in front there of Stein and takes the mark.
Goes over the top, Burns, running back, Loughton, good punch away, Atchison. Loughton though, good recovery, back onto that left, meshes a pass towards Intervong outside 50 now. He's got Sheen at centre half forward. He goes in that direction now. Oh, it's over his head. Elliott puts the hand up, runs away at centre half back turnover. Goes towards Ardo with the sit over the top of Hill. Up over the back also Gemmell. McFarlane was going for the kick off the ground. Then Armstrong in support in the middle of St Albans reserve. Goes towards Ardo again. Gemmell. Hill in there also working hard. Falls towards Armstrong again. Neither side can get an effective tap. Goes wide now on centre wing. Foot race between Hobbs and Bradley. Bradley's going to make it first. Hobbs comes across, pushes Bradley away, and then can pick it up. Can he get around him? No, he can't. He gets his kick away. Short one, Sherwell. In there also working hard, close to the boundary line. Play on the call. Hill's in there as well. The umpire will have to come in now and pay a free kick or ball it up, and he'll ball it up.
Time check on the promoter trophy and clothing company time clock. 29 and a half minutes gone of this third vital premiership quarter. Thomson enjoying a 52-point advantage over the Eastern Suburbs Eagles.
Thrown up, Tucker. Both hands to it. Bailey from the pack situation gets it, tumbling punt towards Sheehan. Burns ripped off the footy as he gets it towards Stein, who goes wide looking for the safety of the boundary line and finds it just on the defensive side of centre wing. It's 14-10-94 Thomson. Eastern Suburbs 5-11-41 at Coeasy Shop third quarter scoreboard. And the winner of this match to play Bannockburn next Saturday afternoon's preliminary final. And the winner of that to play Werribee Centrals in the grand final in a fortnight's time. Tucker gets it down to the side of the pack. O'Leary gets it off to Hill. He's going to be wrapped up. Gets it away though to Peters. Runs back onto the right boot. Handball in the end towards Hill. Does it sit for him? No, it doesn't. Coming in was Burns and also ripped off the footy. Got it now. Tucker through the middle. Handball slick. Oh, to Gardner. They're working okay. Timmy Gardner through the middle of the pack. Runs through. Breaks free. And runs away. Bradley gives him a lead. He goes in that direction now. Good kick too. Bradley has done well to get across there. Irving holds him up. Wants to play on quickly, but he wants to get back. Set something up. McFarlane gives him a lead. He goes in that direction, puts it pretty high. Up against Sheridan and in front Hobbs. McFarlane does well. He's got Highland in support as well. McFarlane rides the bump from Reuter and gets it away to Christian Highland. Gets it around the corner. Humphrey against Delamonica. Delamonica in front. Can't take the mark. Recovery though. Handball only as far as Ardo. Ardo was going to go right, then went left. Now it's a foot race between Gemmell and coming out at Ardo again and Fanning. Bailey though gets it, goes towards centre half back. Hill should be able to take the mark and does so under pressure from Steve Sherwell.
In a little bit of trouble too, Andy Hill, I'd suggest, holding the left ankle. Looks to get in the middle. Not a good kick. Tucker in front of Loughton. Couldn't hold the mark, but Gardner shows the footy again and just breaks through the centre of the ground. Looks there to Highland at half forward. Under a bit of a mismatch here with Reuter. Looking pretty tired, the big fella too, and Highland just too classy. Hand passes to inboard to the running Bradley, I should say. He was well tackled though by Irving, forcing the kick to be a poor one. And Gemmell now takes the footy, feeds off the hand pass to a teammate, goes to Peters. A nice mark there to Shorty Peters at left half back. Sheehan leads. Elects to kick long. Eugene Marcus comes out, takes a nice grab in front of Stevie Sherwell. Kick though, not a good one. And the easiest of marks there to Atchison.
Goes towards Burns. Sun in his eyes, but he takes a chest mark at half back, runs away and goes towards Gardner. Just sets it up for him. Timmy Gardner punches it on well. Gemmell's there. Oh, it's behind him. Now foot race. Humphrey comes at him. So does Gardner. Under pressure. 4 Tigers around him. Highland. He's done very well to get out of this. If he gets it towards the boundary line, he has, and he's done very well.
Yeah, great play from Chrissy Gemmell as the siren sounds. 33 minutes for the third quarter. And, well, a pretty good quarter of football from a Tiger point of view here in Geelong. Not so in Melbourne. But at three-quarter time, Jason, Thomson, 14-10. 94, Eastern Suburbs, 5-11-41. Goal kickers up till three-quarter time, Jason.
Yep, for Thomson, we've got 3 to Den Fanning. I can't believe it. He's leading the goal kickers as well. Marty Rowan 2 and Mark Cowan 2, also Christian Holland 2. Singles to Steve Sherwell, Christian McFarlane, Steve Ardo, Rick Humphrey and Darren Shapter. While for Eastern Suburbs, 4 to Brent Loughton and 1 to Michael O'Leary. So at three-quarter time, it's a big lead to Thomson, 14-10 to 5-11. Now, Peter Walker's going to Thomson. I'm going to flash off to Eastern Suburbs and Ron and can talk to what would be a gleaming Noel Fanning, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly. And well, three-quarters of football have gone in the first semi-final for season 1998. And, well, unfortunately, from an Eastern Suburbs point of view, not a good look on the scoreboard. 52-point deficit to the Suburbs. Thomson full of run here this afternoon with many key position winners. And Tim Gardner, the dual Neville Whitley medalist, has had a purple patch in the last 2 quarters, being very constructive in the centre of the ground. But he's had a lot of teammates who have helped considerably. Dan Fanning with 3 goals has been terrific. Marty Rowan has played quite well with 2 goals. Wilkins, the big ruckman, terrific also, and Christian Highland worked tirelessly all day, and special mention there to Sir Burley Armstrong. Has had a terrific game for the Thomson Tigers here this afternoon. But still, there's 30 minutes of football remaining. And I'm sure that the Eastern Suburbs boys will come out with plenty of fight and try and bridge the gap. But Thomson at the present time in total control of the GDFL first semi-final.
10 points to Queenscliff and 9 goals to St. Joey's.
If you just heard there that Melbourne are about 26-point leaders over Richmond at the G this afternoon, Noel. So Tigers aren't roaring in Melbourne like they are here in Geelong.
And it's a crackerjack game down at the Ballaroon. There's 10 points in it, and Jamie Gladman has kicked 9 up to three-quarter time for Queenscliff.
That's not a bad effort, is it, Fano?
And St. Joey's by 9 goals at three-quarter time at the Western Oval. So Essendon are back in, so Kevin Sheedy saved his job, Ron.
Oh, yeah, I think that was in the wind anyway, mate. He's a pretty specialised coach, Kevin Sheedy. He's been at the business for a long time, and with the young team he's got, whether they would have made it or not, I think you'll find that he would have still probably been reappointed.
Yep. Now, here, this game. It's all over, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is, and there was a minor miracle we witnessed last week when Anarchy were 32 points
Won't happen this
in
week.
front at three-quarter time, but yes, I think 53 points is a bit of an ask, and well, to Thompson's credit, been ably led by Trevor Tucker and Pat Burns here this afternoon, well in control and a very good team effort, and very impressed with the half-back line of Armstrong, Stein, and of course Atchison.
Are they good enough to get over Bannockburn?
Yeah, well, on today's performance, Niall, I think they are, and I think from a Bannockburn point of view that they'll be more confident though, talking to the players last week or yesterday after their win, or their loss I should say, over Eastern Werribee Centrals. Yeah, they were a bit concerned about Eastern Suburbs, give them a little bit of courage during the home and aways, whereas Thomson, I think it's about 1-1. So, yeah, it should be a crackerjack game of football next week in the...
No, I disagree with that. Thomson beat Bannockburn by 10 goals on both occasions in the home and away season, and they reversed the tide last week.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I think there's no doubt about it, talking to Bannockburn blokes, they'd rather play Eastern Suburbs. There's no doubt about that.
So, well, and I can understand why. Very tall side, and as long as the sun continues to shine, Thomson, as I mentioned earlier in the call, Noel, their spine is very flexible, very big.
It is.
Peacock, Atchison.
Yeah, but they're up against some pretty good opposition next week. Wilkinson's still off the ground. I find that an interesting move, and they're bringing Fanning off too. I suppose he's done his work. Peter Walker's out there talking to me. He's a bloody smart pants, isn't he, Peter Walker?
Peter Walker just coming away from the Thomson huddle. Big smile on his face, and I'll be interested to hear what information he has. But, yeah, Jason Doherty, a big smile on his face. I'm interested to hear what Adam Sheridan has had to say. They're still in their huddle, so Jason Doherty, all smiles.
No, well, what can you do? You're 9 goals down. I mean, Billy just asked for the boys to win the quarter, go out first instead of second on the scoreboard in this last quarter, and to give it everything they got. He said if they walk off feeling they can give another 5 minutes, they haven't given it enough. And he said if you can't touch the man in the back line, you're not standing close enough. Just simple instructions. He wants them to play on at all costs and stop bombing it to their forward line like they've been doing. Stop talking to Wosley. He's just back from England.